Welcome to 561 Music. My name's Ben.
And I'm Hector.
How are you, Hector?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
I'm good, actually. I have recently not been good, which is why we didn't have the episode last week.
Yeah, we didn't have an episode last week, and James and I had to hold down New Year's Eve gig without you, which was incredibly awkward to say the least. Well, and but shout out to Sally.
Yeah.
She absolutely came in and saved the day, man. She swooped in with her mandolin and set up and was just going to do a couple of songs and ended up doing like 2 whole sets with us. So.
Sounds like a song. Swooped in with a mandolin.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, she was it was awesome, man.
Yeah.
For those that don't know her, Sally Fox, Fox and Foes. So she, man, she came in and just killed it and people loved it. So.
Yeah, it's so awesome.
So you're out and she's in the Killbillies now. So
well, she is prettier than me. Right? And she's all, I don't have one of those amazing mandolins either. So
she said it was a little bittersweet because it was her lifelong dream to play with Killbillies, but then you weren't there. So
well, we'll make it happen. Sally, if you're listening to this, we'll sort it out.
We will get it and make it happen.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I've had the you may have heard of it.
The crud.
The novel coronavirus, COVID-19.
I'm sorry, what is that? Is that new?
So yeah, anyway, I've just passed over now. Thank God for that. And back in the game. But so this week we have Tasty Vibrations. We have Sean, Max, and Bobbie from Tasty Vibrations. How's it going, guys?
What's going on, bro?
How you doing?
Yeah, it's good. Thanks for coming. I've been admiring you guys online from afar, and so it's nice to finally meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Not in a creepy way.
Pleasure.
Not creepy, sure.
I'd say it's pretty creepy.
Well, a little bit creepy.
I feel like we already know each other.
It's like 7 out of 10 creepy.
Let's make that a 10.
Nice.
Awesome. So yeah, you guys are kind of like a funky, reggae, jammy kind of a band. It's good stuff. I've been checking it out and listening to the stuff that's on the Spotify there. And so what we do on this podcast is we just sort of go and look at you guys' past and your motivations and stuff like that. And the first question I always ask is, why did you start playing music? What was the situation you were in when, did your parents listen to music, stuff like that? And I'm going to start with Sean.
For me, I don't know. My grandfather played music. He played piano and guitar.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I picked up uke when I was in like 6th grade, and I really just liked playing. And then a couple artists in particular like made me realize that I could probably do it for a living, or at least give it a shot. Sure, Dub Effects was one of them.
Okay.
His looping in the street. I was like, damn, he's like doing it, and
he's just crazy stupid with the looping, man.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Gnarly.
That and Stick Figure too, because he made everything on his own in his like closet.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, if he could do that, I could probably do it.
That's cool.
Awesome. But then I ended up meeting Max.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
How long have you guys been a band?
If it's just the 3 of us, about 5 years. If it's like the actual full band, probably like 3 years.
All right, cool. So, what about you, Max? How did you find yourself playing music? Do you have like musical family?
I have an uncle that plays guitar.
Right.
So it was one of those things where it was always at his house when I went over there. And he ended up buying me one for Christmas. And then
gotcha.
It was
nice.
My uncle was very important to me ending up playing music. My uncle is a folk musician, played bagpipes, and he always used to come around on like Christmas and Easter and stuff like that with his bagpipe. I actually got some bagpipes for Christmas.
Really?
Yeah, they're
That's
crazy.
fucking awesome.
I haven't managed to make them work yet. It sounds like I'm beating a badger to death right now.
Man. It takes a lot.
Yeah,
Here. We have a buddy who knows how to play them. It's those things are intense, man.
Yeah, totally.
Bagpipe lessons, man.
I know. I'm gonna have to. I got it out and I was like, I can figure this out. I play the saxophone. Nope.
Not at all.
Yeah. Well,
I wish.
I mean, it just because it's like even tuning it is like you have to get the bag all pumped up and you have to be going to be able to hear if it's out of tune or not. So then once it's going, how do you tune it? It's oh my god, it's a nightmare.
I didn't realize you had to tune. I figured it would be like a flute or something where you just play it.
Well, there's 4 separate reeds. It's got the one in the chanter with the things, and then each one of the pipes has its own reed.
Holy crap!
Yeah, our buddy Kerry plays it, and he's pretty good. And he even says he gets out of breath and he plays flute, sax, trumpet, and He said it's tedious to say
That's
the least.
crazy.
Yeah,
I didn't realize
yeah.
it had that many reeds and everything.
I'm going to get going on it though, because with Killbillies, it would just be great if I could whip out the bagpipes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it'd be a
like
good
the
mix.
kills?
I mean, gnarly.
You
got the kilt
I could
too?
get one.
You gotta
We
get
could start
one.
calling ourselves Kiltbillies.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Max, what were the kind of bands and stuff you were listening to when you first started?
When I
listening to
first
music?
started playing guitar, it was a lot of like Nirvana and then like a lot of like the 90s grunge stuff, Soundgarden.
Yeah,
But then it got into like Zeppelin and Hendrix and all the other classic rock, Grateful Dead, Allman Brothers.
yeah,
okay,
cool.
So all the
Okay.
stuff my uncle also pretty much listened to. So
Gotcha. The standard fare.
yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
That's cool. What about you, Bobbie? How did you find yourself playing music?
So I was always around music when I was a kid. My dad was a single father, and I was lucky enough to where so before like those big Sony surround sound systems that you have like 8 speakers in your living room,
Yeah.
he had these giant speakers and a record player that he would play nonstop in the house, constantly. Queen, Beatles,
Cool.
Beach Boys.
Nice.
Yeah.
He loved Beach Boys, but
Yeah,
Beatles mostly. And around 12 or 13, I finally decided, because I was in middle school band, and I finally wanted a drum set 'cause I always played snare and crashed the cymbals, being awkward as hell in band class. He got me a drum set because he wanted drums. He played drums when he was younger, but he wasn't that good.
Okay.
And I surpassed him within like the first year of playing
Right.
because I just stuck to it like glue.
Yeah.
Instead of playing my Game Boy after school, all I can think about is getting home to play drums. So I would turn on that speaker system
Yeah.
that he had when he got the Sony surround sound system. I got those giant 15-inch subwoofers with the record player, and I would just put on Beatles and just jam and try to like
That's cool. So actual
imitate
vinyl,
Ringo.
you're just jamming along to vinyl.
Yes,
That's
and these
dope.
giant speakers in this little tiny like 12 by 12 room, which is like a closet.
Yeah.
Twin bed and a drum set. That's all I had in my room.
Your
when I was
neighbors
growing
must have
up.
loved you.
Oh, they absolutely hated me. But I got lucky to where, because my dad was a single father, I had from 2:45 when I got out of school to about 5:30 to where I could do whatever that I wanted.
Right,
Whatever
right.
the fuck
Yeah.
I wanted. I forgot I'm allowed to curse.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a
So
curse.
those were my drumming hours. And then when he got home, tone it down. Maybe he would play a little bit. But yeah,
Right.
thanks to my father, I'm a drummer now.
That's
So
cool.
And thanks to
funny, man.
Max as well, because I fell out of drums for a while. And when I started playing cajon with these guys, because I begged to be in the band because they were a duo,
Right.
he bought me my second ever drum set, and then
Oh,
I kind of
sick.
relearned the drums from there.
Nice.
So
How old are you guys, like roughly?
I'm 26.
31.
Okay.
31.
Gotcha. Yeah. So
Yeah, my situation with my son, as far as buying, instruments and stuff, is a lot like, your dad buying the drums, but my son is like on to me about it now. So
being selfish and you want
so,
all the
so he plays me. He'll come in and he'll be like, "Man, check out this cool guitar," or whatever, and like he'll like start talking to me about it, and I'm
Buttering
like,
you up with it.
"Damn, that's a pretty badass guitar," and I'll buy it for him
Smart
mostly
dude.
because I want to play it, So yeah,
It
so
works on
between
Dad.
the two of
It
us.
works. I
Between the
remember.
two of us, we have so many instruments. It's stupid.
You can be my dad if you want. I've been wanting a couple things, a couple K customs for the kit.
Yeah, sure, man.
Thanks, Dad.
I know it works on dads for sure. I
dumb.
remember being a
Dumb.
kid and being that's you just got to start talking about it and
So
then
you just
the
make
dads
sure
get curious.
Yeah, if you get your dad interested in what it is that you want,
Yeah.
then they'll get it because they want it.
Exactly.
It's just the way it is.
It's hilarious. So how long have you guys all known each other? Like, are you sort of friends from way back?
You want me to answer?
If you want.
So, I work at a restaurant called Tijuana Flats. I'm in the Pompano location, and Sean was working at us. He still works at the same surf shop, but they
Is-
changed locations.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but
No, you're good.
Did you guys are going through a remodel right now?
Pompano, we might change locations, but I think we're supposed to keep that on the low. I don't know if I'm supposed to tell anybody that.
I don't know if it was. Man, I thought it was Pompano, but I just did a mural at a Tijuana Flats down that way.
Oh, okay. Which you don't know which
I
location
thought,
is?
I thought it was off Pompano, Hillsboro and Deerfield.
I
okay.
know that mural. Wow.
the one that with the big.
Have you done murals
Crack-
for Tijuana Flats before?
Yeah, the big crack, like that one down there is like that big Kraken octopus coming out with
Yeah.
the pier and everything.
Yeah.
Cool.
I just worked
Saw
on it
Guy
with
Hector.
another artist. We literally just
Damn.
finished it like 2
Well,
weeks ago.
I love your artwork.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah,
That's
good.
seriously.
yeah, that's funny.
It's a Pokestop now for
Yeah.
Pokemon Go. Your
really?
your artwork. Seriously,
really?
it's a picture
Dude, that's hilarious.
Let me get your number and I'll screenshot.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
that's
hilarious.
cool.
All right. Anyways, I didn't mean to cut you off. You said Tijuana Flats, and I've
No, you're
worked on a
good.
few
So,
of them,
me and Sean have known each other for 10 years. I've known him since he was basically prepubescent.
Right.
He was just this.
I sold you a ukulele.
He was this little kid on a skateboard selling surfboards, and we connected. And me and my wife actually had a duo. The name of the band was Bobbie, a mix between me and her's name. So
I can't lie,
cringy.
it's cute.
It's not cute at all. It was just a horrible name. She's an amazing singer. Thankfully, because of music, I actually met my wife. I was working at a bar, and we met because we both started singing. She hit a little fifth harmony above me. Let me be a sidetrack, but hi, baby, I love you. I had to shout her out one time.
We love you too.
So me and Sean have known each other for about 10 years, and he was playing with me and my wife for a while, and I think they've known each other 5 years.
Yeah, I met him at a
6
Kava
years.
bar.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Tell you what, Kava bars down here are pretty cool. It's a nice sort of thing,
Yeah,
if
it's
you don't want to drink.
Almost like
popular.
where our band pretty much started. Was
Yeah, we're a cover
hanging
band,
out there.
Right, interesting.
That's how the
Wanna
band was
cover.
created, basically.
I play in a few. I play in the Island Roots in like Stewart and
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
and
stopped
Royal
there.
Palm and stuff.
We
Right next
stop
to
by 'em when we
Terra
come home from shows up north. We'll usually if there's one near, we'll cruise on by.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go in there. I gave up drinking a couple of years ago, and so it's something you can do.
So you
It's not
drink
drinking.
Kava?
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah. It's pretty good. I mean, not like compulsively, but yeah. I'll
Gang,
have
gang.
it. It gives you something to do other than drinking,
Yeah, like that bar setting without.
Yeah,
without
it's social setting.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's one of the things, isn't it? That's one of the things that you miss if you don't drink is just sitting around doing nothing with people, you
Right.
know?
Yeah.
And which is fun. So yeah, that's what I like.
Never had so much fun doing nothing. Yeah. You'll get lost in a kava bar, too, man. 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, it's 3. Where am I?
I know. Yeah. Have you ever been to that one Oasis route in?
Yeah, we love
Yeah,
that spot.
That's one of our favorites.
Yeah. That's right around the corner from my house. So.
All right.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and Jim is a buddy.
man.
He listens to this actually.
Does he?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's up, Jim?
Big up, Jim.
What up, dude?
Yeah, I'll make sure Jim listens to this one so he can hear the shout out.
yeah. He would come
was
see us at
actually the
Guanabanas.
first person who told me about your band.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah, he said, Tasty Vibrations were in, and I was
Hell
like,
yeah.
who's that? And he played me on the thing and everything, so.
Represent Jim.
Thank you. Hell yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, man. So, all right, that's cool. So, when it comes to your style, how did you guys kind of decide on, was it just you started jamming and this is what it became?
Yeah,
Pretty
It
much.
was definitely
Yeah.
not a decision.
So
kinda.
we, the first real big live show we had was the Movement show.
Yeah.
We opened up for
fucking
the
brutal.
Movement because we know what's his name from Culture Shock.
Lanza?
Lanza from Culture Shock, and it was the first time I've ever played drums live. I played, like I said,
It
I
was
played for a couple years. It was
a
we
catastrophe
didn't have a
of a
bass.
show.
We didn't have a bass player, so when
It was
I'm trying not to get off
catastrophe.
track again. So when we played that show, we were trying to be a reggae band.
Right, yeah.
And some of our first originals were written. Well, some of the originals off of Caveman were written because we needed 5
Songs to be
original
able to-
songs.
yeah.
Yeah.
But some of those songs became our songs, and then it slowly formed from reggae to
Like a jam rock.
alternative, and then rock, and then jam rock. And now I like to tell people, and this is actually kind of funny now that I think about it. When we had that promotional video for Stash, remember my line, the cringy line, little bit of rock, wait, little bit of reggae, a little bit of jazz, a little bit of funk. But now we actually have kind of formed to an eclectic clusterfuck. And
Yeah.
listening to one of you guys' podcasts, it's totally true to it's good to not put yourself in a box of a genre
Yeah,
sometimes.
no.
'cause-
Try not
Yeah.
to.
and then we can
100%.
fit in with different bills. We've opened up for so many awesome bands because we don't really have filters. Slightly Stupid. I'm not going to shout on name dropping now.
Oh, please do. That's what
Yeah.
we're all doing here. You
Do
know,
it.
it's fine.
Then we can tag them, and the podcast gets bigger.
Well, we got lucky with Slightly Stupid. It was a private
party.
event. But
Backyard,
man,
somebody's
Rhymo,
backyard.
that's Rhymo. If you ever see this, bro, you my dude. You talking about
cool,
ice
man.
buckets, 5-gallon ice buckets for the arms after shows. Got to keep these things. Yeah.
No, that's cool. Sounds like you've had a lot of great opportunities.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
we've been
how-
lucky.
like,
for
How
sure.
did you fall on your feet so well? Have you got? Is it just through friends and things like that?
Yeah, basically.
Word of mouth, kind
Word
of.
of mouth and
Right.
just a lot of
it's-
emailing.
It's the trickle.
Right.
It's the trickle effect. You
Yeah.
know, the reason why we got certain gigs, and especially opening up for national acts and Riptide
Yeah.
was just because we've played a gig. We played Guanabanas. Someone liked to say Guanabanas, the sound guy there, Mike, right?
Mm-hmm. That was Matt.
Matt, yeah.
And then he's like,
Big
put
up,
us
Matt.
on that bill, and then we played
Like,
one
yeah,
of the
Matt.
best shows we've ever played, one of the most exciting shows we've ever played, at least in my opinion, because of those. So it's the trickle effect. That's
sure.
the reason why we've been lucky.
How often
over
do
the
you play
years.
at Guana?
Well, like every 2 months or something like that. He has us every 2-3 months. I'll
Yeah.
just, like once in a while.
It's
hard to
about
be
the same
regular.
with us,
yeah.
yeah.
He does like a good rotation. I
Yeah.
think, with a lot of bands, so it's
Yeah.
not like he's not doing overkill. I feel like.
Yeah.
Absolutely. At the risk of, sort of other people sort of being a little noses put out of joint, I got to say Matt's hands down the best booker around here.
Oh, dude, he's the
He
man.
kills it.
We
Murders.
love playing there, and he's the man.
Yeah.
love doing it.
He's so nice, too.
He's
like
the
the nicest
raddest dude.
I actually think he's the second best. This guy, he's the best booker in the world.
Okay.
I actually was going to try to find a little way to ease this in.
Yeah.
This guy deserves all the recognition in the world. Without it, and you see Sean nodding right now, without this guy, up until literally so close in the past that you can throw a rock to it, I officially took over social media. But this guy, social media, books all the gigs. I don't want to give away the tour because we'll talk about that, but he's booked every single spot on the tour 10 days, booking the hotels. He freaking talks to everybody. I've been communicating with you through Facebook for just the last day because I'm like, let me get some of that responsibility. But this guy, number one booker, Matt number two, bro. Sorry, Matt. This guy kills this shit.
We're gonna be booking
Thanks,
probably about a 10 or 12 day tour in the summer. So
Nice.
I'm gonna pick your brain a little bit about that.
Yeah.
because
Oh, dude.
it's been a while since I've done something like that. Yeah,
That's my honestly, it's my first time like booking a tour.
that's
so
awesome.
It's been
No, that's awesome.
And he's killing it, bro. Almost all the dates are booked.
one left.
One left.
I mean, we're right there talking about it, so why don't you tell us about it? What's going on with this tour?
So we're going to tour through Florida pretty much in March. We're doing Jensen to. Thanks. We're doing Jensen to Brendan, and then from Brendan to Jacksonville, and then we're going to Fort Walton, Gainesville, and then Tampa, St. Pete. That's what
Okay,
we're doing.
cool.
Nice.
Big circle.
Yeah. That's it, and I think it's quite smart. Just divide and conquer. Start small, go do the Florida, and
Right.
then kind of expand.
You know,
from
and
there.
it's also, with the whole COVID thing going on, there's a lot of with the vaccine passports and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's kind of making it difficult. Florida, at least we know we don't have to worry about too much of that stuff.
Because
and-
it's the Wild West down here.
yeah, we kind of just get to do whatever the fuck we want down here. So
Yeah.
we don't have to really worry
Pretty
about
much.
a lot less rules. But I mean, it's a good start for us. You know what I mean? Like doing it in the state and just because we've never been on tour, so to say. This is the first
But we
time
do
we're
love
doing a
being
real
on the
run.
road.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We've done trips to, like New Orleans and stuff like that, and Panhandle. We've played gigs. but
Yeah.
Cool.
This is the first
You went to
time
New Orleans. That's cool. What were you doing there?
We got asked to play a show from Oski, from this guy down in Miami. He ended up bringing up like a handful of bands to New Orleans and having us play a show. At,
He
like,
used to
Checkpoint
book
tables.
Churchill's or something.
Still
didn't he?
does, yeah.
Okay.
And he used
yeah.
to do Tobacco Road too.
I was
when used
in
to play there.
with Justin, the man behind the curtain.
right
He used
on.
to be in a Nirvana tribute band.
All right, on.
And
Very cool.
and Oski, he booked us down there a couple
Right
times.
on. Yeah, he used to do that in Tobacco Road a lot too when
Yeah.
that was still open.
Yeah.
It was
Right.
a fun spot.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love New Orleans. I once played this huge, crazy, squatted like punk house in New Orleans. On like they were having some kind of festival. There was like 3 or 4 floors. Each floor there was different bands on. It was
It's
nuts.
fucking madness.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
so great.
I want to
So-
experience
The
that.
energy,
Sounds
the
dope.
energy was the energy there was fucking awesome.
Yeah,
It's a
absolutely.
fun spot.
Yeah, I was.
Smells like
The
crap.
day
though.
I got this funny story, man, and it's not even that uncommon for New Orleans. Where the day before we got there, the day before the gig, and so we were just hanging around Bourbon Street like you do. And one of the bands, there was this guy the guitarist. He was probably about 50. I mean, he looked at God knows he could have been 35, because he was living super hard. He was just playing and just railing lines of coke while he was just right there, just stood right there. And then
Fuck it.
and then about halfway through the gig, this dude comes in. He hands him this huge wad of cash, gets handed this huge thing of coke, and it just keeps going. Just keeps going. He's there. He's just
All
like,
business,
He's
yeah.
just all like sweating and pallid, and like huge nostrils and coked out of his marbles.
Wait, we're
Just
talking
like
about in New Orleans.
Yeah.
This isn't exciting
that's
to me. If
what-
we're talking about New Orleans, that's like pretty
That's just
tame.
every day. Yeah. exactly.
That's
But
great.
anyway,
That's
fucking
I've never
hilarious.
seen
Yeah.
someone just so blatantly this
Fuck
is
it.
happening.
Yeah.
That happened to me the other night at a bar down here. I walked in the bathroom and I'm like peeing at the urinal, and he walks in and he starts peeing, right? And then he just pulls a bag out and just starts going
Jeez.
And I'm like peeing, and I walk over, and he finishes it, and he looks over at me mid piss, and he's like,
Oh no, that's like the worst thing he could
I
have
was
done.
like, your secret's safe with me, bro.
Dude, you got the best nostrils for it, though. I mean, I'm not promoting doing drugs. We don't do drugs. This is a drug-free band, alcohol-free band.
That's not true.
The cameras can't zoom right now, unfortunately. But look at those. You're made for it, baby. Look at those flares.
That's great. So, so the style just kind of happened when you guys started jamming together. But do you have a writing process?
Yes and no. So like it's usually like the typical. I feel like it's a typical thing where like one of us brings a riff, and then we kind of just go from there.
Right.
All of us work from it. Sometimes he writes. You know.
Do you ever like kind of studio write? Like, do you ever record?
So we actually
As you-
just started doing that for the first time with a new song that we're working on.
Shout
at
out
this
to
very
Nick.
moment. Nick,
Keyboard
our
player.
keyboard player.
Right. I
Love-
was at
Love
his
Potion Studios.
I know that guy. Hi, Nick. Hi, Nick. Yeah. Okay.
Love
yeah, cool.
Love Potion
Potion.
Studios.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's plug it. Let's
we've
plug it
met.
right now. Love
Yeah.
Potion.
Yeah, yeah. It's been a minute though. It was at the Funky Buddha.
Yeah. He used to run sound there.
Yeah. That's it.
Cool,
that's,
dude.
That's how I know
Very
you, Nick.
talented.
If you can't remember me. Yeah, it's cool. Okay, I didn't.
Yeah,
know.
we actually just started doing that process though, where like we took a song idea to the studio and kind of just started laying tracks down and seeing where it goes from there. Which
That's
is
cool.
Pretty cool. Which
What
is something he wanted to do.
I'm having a little bit of a blank on the band that he was in.
He was in the Funky Nuggets.
That's it. Every time I try to think of the Funky Nuggets, all I can think of is a Funky Biscuit.
Yeah.
right.
That's fair.
Now,
Because
correct
it's all
me
like
if I'm
Boca
wrong.
and Funky.
In the Funky Nuggets, Rocky was in that, wasn't he?
He ended up filling in
moonlighted there
bass
for a bit.
at the very end.
I just wanted to add Rocky to the mix since he's been in every
Damn.
podcast.
Rocky.
Shout out
Can
to
you
Rocky
I
again.
really wanted to be the first one. I was going to be like, I would be remiss if I didn't mention Rocky on it. I'm like, when do these guys not talk about Rocky? But what an awesome dude, though.
Yeah,
What a
I was looking for an
kind
in,
soul.
man. There it was.
I literally was waiting for it. I wanted to be the first one. But what's up, Rocky?
Yeah,
what a
man.
talented, awesome dude.
Rocky,
Ridiculously
as Rocky would
talented.
say,
Yeah.
Rocky is the homie. He's a cool guy.
The homie.
Duh, homie.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. Yeah, we were saying. So you've been writing at Love Potion. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
a great spot, and I've heard things that have been recorded there, and they've been great.
Yeah, no,
He
Nick
really knows
Nick,
what he's doing.
Nick knows his shit. He knows what he's doing over there.
Yeah.
He's a talented kid.
And there's been, I've looked through some of the song folders, some of his Logic folders, because at one point, Space Coast Ghost had recorded something there, and they brought all the files over to my house, and me and Rocky were working on it. But I got to see like a lot of how he records, and it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
He had all these interesting ideas for drums and guitars and stuff like that.
You know, he was doing stuff over at Power Station Studios for a while too.
Yeah,
But mainly now it's
No
all
Name
Love Potion.
Scar Band is a band that I'm also in, and we did some recording at Power Station. It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah, I love that
It's
spot.
really dope.
Yeah.
We got fortunate. We actually won a 10-hour free session there
Nice.
at Power Station.
Yeah, during the
we walked
pandemic.
the whole 10 hours straight.
That's
How'd you
actually-
win that?
Knocked out a
It was
whole album.
they did like a pandemic contest where there was like a video contest or
no,
whatever it was.
the
Okay.
first time we were there.
First one was 5 hours, and that was because of the Copper Tones.
Yeah, the Copper Tones had a
Right.
gig
But that was
at
the first EP. Second
a
EP.
brewery in Pompano. I'm blanking out on the name of the brewery in Pompano, and I went there
26?
and no, it wasn't 26. I'm blanking out on the name.
Oh, I know what you're
But I
talking
threw $10 in for raffle tickets. My ticket got chosen.
So yeah,
That
so the
owned
first
Power
album was
Station.
we got free 5 hours, and then the second album we got 10 free hours.
It's been pretty
Wow.
fortunate.
In the
man.
pandemic, so
Damn.
we just banged out. We banged out 2 live albums.
Seriously, man.
You know, I just love the story of you guys as band, because it just seems like there's been a lot of good fortune in a good way. It just
No, yeah, we've
sort
been
of
lucky as
working
shit,
out.
man.
Good energy.
We hustle as well. I swear,
Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
all just given to us.
Oh no, I get it.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
seems like it. It's, and the thing is, if you're sort of grateful and enjoying it, then
are.
like
Yeah.
Well-
there's nothing wrong with a bit of good luck.
No,
And that's the
we're just
thing.
having fun.
I was gonna say, you guys seem like you guys all have fun. You enjoy each other's company.
Yeah.
Like you guys work well together. You hang out. You're all friends. You're buds or whatever. And at the end of the day, man, good energy brings in good energy. So
No, for sure.
that's just all it is. you
Yeah,
know?
we have,
Yeah.
we have a lot of good support to
Yeah.
our community, Pompano, Fort Lauderdale area.
Yeah, we get a lot of
Hey,
support from our people.
a lot of people enjoy us, enjoy being around us, and the feeling is mutual, and
That's
we're
cool.
grateful for that for sure.
That's really nice. What's your schedule like? How often do you play?
Every week.
Lot.
Yeah.
Every week. We usually do 2 a week at least.
2 a week, right?
At least 2 a week.
Yeah,
3 a week sometimes.
And we're booked for like the next 7 months.
Nah, till I think May. Or something.
You guys play predominantly down south then, or all over?
Throughout. Right now we mainly do like from Miami to like the Fort Pierce, Treasure Coast area.
Are you doing all of those like Stewart around there gigs?
Yeah, we do
like
it.
Taco
Yeah.
Tiki stuff like
Yeah.
that.
We're actually playing there Friday.
Friday.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, yeah.
We love Terra Firmata.
Yeah,
That's
it's
one of our.
Does Ron book you, or are you booking that?
Through Ron, yeah, for the Taco
Yeah,
Tiki.
big up Ron. Ron books
up.
us too.
Right on.
Yeah.
What up, dude?
Yeah, and he's actually going to sponsor an episode. He'd be
Nice.
I've known Ron for a long time. But
Nice.
back when Killbillies first started, Ron still owned Terra Firmata.
Oh, really?
And we used to play there a lot. We were buds. He's like jammed with us before and stuff.
Oh, no
like that
kidding.
back in the day. And when Killbillies kind of folded for a bit, and then we came back. Ron very kindly has had my back through the whole process of us coming back.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
Yeah. So I own one. He's a good guy. Yeah. So this is like the favorite question that I have. I love asking it, and I'm going to ask you all one at a time. Do you practice?
I knew the question was coming too. Like
Yeah, yeah.
I've watched.
Individually?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bring my uke literally everywhere.
Oh, cool.
Like everywhere.
I used to do that. I had this 8-string uke, and I literally wouldn't leave the house without it. I used
Yeah.
to love that thing. Then my friend snapped it in half by accident.
No.
Shout out
Yeah,
to
I
that
bring
guy.
it. It's so tiny and easy to transport. I don't see why not. You know?
Exactly. Yeah.
I went through a period of time with a ukulele. and
Everybody's
I've got like 3 of them at home. I went through a period of time like I traveled a lot for my art stuff. Doing different murals and places and doing some street paintings and chalk art and stuff. And I would travel all over the United States, and I would always have my bag of my supplies, and then my backpack I'd have like this little ukulele, like tiny one, man.
Yeah,
and
man.
I'd just bring it everywhere, and like during my breaks while I was doing my art thing, I'd just sit there and I'd have my drink with me and play my ukulele.
That's
It was
awesome.
hilarious.
Not to get too off topic, but did you do the one at Pompano, the big blue guy?
No. So I have a friend of mine that so the way Tijuana works is they have, I think it's either 3 or 4 artists that are their go-to artists. So a really good friend of mine that I met through chalk paintings and I do like 3D street chalk art and stuff.
Dope.
You
So,
did the Abbey Road one.
Yeah, exactly.
Insane.
Exactly. Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah,
So
seriously.
my
Really good.
my friend Nate actually is one of the resident artists, I guess, for Tijuana Flats. He's based out of Chicago now, and so I've assisted him on like I want to say like 3 of them now, maybe 3 or 4 of them. I can't remember exactly. And then this last one, he designed it, couldn't come down here, so he hired a friend of ours, Jolene, out of California. She flew in, and then I came in, and the 2 of us knocked that one out.
That's
So,
super dope.
yeah,
What are
it's
the
fun.
odds of that? I feel like I deserve a raise at my day job for
Right.
fucking Tijuana Flats.
Right, exactly.
So much.
I think they should just sponsor the podcast, but that's
Yeah,
just
there
me.
you
That's
go.
just me.
Have a word with him. See if
They
he-
supplement a portion of my income.
At the
so,
very least, they should supply us with tacos.
Free tacos.
Yeah.
Can you
At
imagine
least
being
some
called
salads.
Jolene? Someone at some point in every one of your days must go Jolene,
Oh,
Jolene, like every single
100%. 100%. I've probably done it to her.
Yeah, that's what-
Let's be realistic.
I know. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
she
just-
hates it, so I don't even know Jolene. She hates it. She hates it.
Certain people just have crosses to bear. My cross to bear is that I'm an Englishman that plays Irish music. Everyone asks, everyone asks me if I'm Irish when they meet me, and every day, every single.
Where are you
day.
from exactly?
I was born in London.
London.
The best is when he gets asked what part of Ireland he's from,
Oh,
and he
yes.
answers back the English part.
I have a Welsh friend, and he's an awesome dude. So I love
cool.
I love the English.
Yeah, Wales is. That's fine.
I love it.
Love the English.
It is what it is.
I would be remiss if I didn't do at least one English accent. I'm sorry. How do you
We have
feel
a
about
bad.
English?
We have a bad reputation. The Welsh are traditionally not too fond of the English, but it is what it is.
How do you feel about Americans doing British accents in front of you?
If I didn't like it, by now I would be insane.
You wouldn't.
Because it's every day. It's hours of every day.
They only know certain things like in it, and you're like, come on, bro, be more creative if you're gonna
No, I
take
don't
a pick
care.
at me.
People ask me that sometimes. I'm like, well, everyone just does it all the time. People attempt my accent. Everyone attempts my accent.
Singing with him in Killbillies, man, I find myself harmonizing with a British accent sometimes.
I
can't help it, it just happens.
Before I leave, can we harmonize? I want to do a British harmony.
It's just hilarious. It just happens.
British harmonies.
The British harmonies. Ooh, that's a.
British
Band name.
harmonies. They're
Band name.
just
Did we
very
just start
slightly
something?
more refined.
Did we just start a band?
Do we just become best friends and start a band?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, British harmonies.
You're still doing backups.
I was a lead singer for a while, but I don't want to get off track of this question. I'm afraid for it to
Too
come
late.
to me, but we'll get there.
I can't even remember what the question was.
The
Do you
practice.
practice?
Oh, that's it. Yeah. All right. So it's your turn.
I should practice more. I do practice at home, but not enough, I would say.
Gotcha.
But I do handle. I think it's more because of handling like bookings and stuff like that on my off time. That
Yeah. If you're it's guitar in it. So when you're practicing guitar, do you just play it, or do you have anything that you like? Do you have any drills? Anything?
no, I don't do drills or anything like that. It's more of just either me like sitting on the couch and just noodling around and just until I hear something that I like or find something that's catchy or whatever it is
Yeah,
to
sure.
my ear. Or I'll sometimes like set up backing tracks or something like that. And
Oh, you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
just fuck
That's a
around
pretty
like
good way to do it, honestly. Yeah. One of the teachers I used to work with, he'd always be playing to these weird, like 15, 16 time backing tracks, like when I'd come into
that. Yeah, well, and that's the thing. Is like you find things that are trying like maybe challenge your playing a little bit more. Something
Yeah.
that's a little outside of the box compared to like what Tasty would play sometimes, or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have one song that isn't in 4/4, right? Webbing Post.
What is it, 6/8, 7/8?
No, I think it's like 11/58.
Right
I literally, when we play that song, luckily I don't do many harmonies on that one. I'm just like 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2. I'm a 4/4 guy. Come on, it pays the bills sometimes. You know?
Absolutely.
You don't play 7/8. Who plays 7/8?
Rush.
Rush.
That's
Rush.
it.
There you go.
Yeah. So, what about you? Does he practice at home? And he's left.
Just like Sean, I kind of just carry my drums everywhere. No, so I had an electric kit. I bought an electric kit. I actually sold it to my bass player. Our bass player is learning drums. He's actually pretty good now.
So your bass player practices.
Yeah.
He practices the drums.
Precisely.
Unfortunately for me, I live in a 1-bedroom condo in this huge complex. And the electric drums were doing it for me, but sometimes I just fall on hard times and I just need a $200, $300 boost. But I mean, I get a lot of inspiration from music that I listen to, and every Wednesday when we do rehearsals and come up with new original ideas or new covers, I consider, just like a lot of musicians in my situation, I kind of consider practice on Wednesdays and then live shows to be practice, because if you listen to videos of me on that first show I was telling you about, the movement show, I'm a completely different. I'm not trying to boast my own head up, but it's true. I am a completely different.
There is nothing like playing a million gigs to get good. For sure.
Dude, we've played thousands. So I have.
thousands,
I got hours.
We're almost 2,000.
Yeah, I got some.
cool.
I got some
You been
hours
counting?
on me.
Yeah, I kind of did the math a little bit.
That's cool.
I think like a year ago we were at like 550.
But if I can
No,
round up
more
that
than
question
that.
to one word, if you really wanted me to, no.
You know what? It's pretty rare that people say yes to that question.
Yeah.
I have been practicing lately, just because it's part of a whole kind of like motivation thing to improve myself. But for years and years I didn't. In my 30s I wasn't practicing barely at all.
Yeah,
But these days I try and get some practice in.
Yeah.
Right now I'm practicing like crazy because I've got this looping competition coming up tomorrow. So
I
I
think
was
I'm gonna come to
practicing
that.
all day. I was practicing from like 9 a.m.
That's a
to, like,
badass
6
lineup
p.m.
too.
What
Yeah.
setup? Do you have loot setup? What
Yeah,
what else you got?
I'm using that Boss RC 600, which is
the hand one, right?
It's the
600?
foot one.
I didn't know they.
No,
could-
Sorry, it's the 300.
300.
I have
Okay.
ordered the
That's what I
600.
had.
Ordered
Yeah,
the
yeah.
600, yeah.
It's the 300. You're right. Yeah. It's the one with the 3 pedals.
That's what I got. I got the same
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
Thing's rad.
yeah. It's cool. Yeah.
I might see you there, man. Seriously, I'm really intrigued by that.
Yeah, I mean,
Ricky's
I'm not
awesome,
I'm
man.
not like a genius at it. I'm just doing my best, but I've come up with a set that works.
I'm sure you'll do great, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
bro.
dope.
Well, I've certainly been practicing. I'm so worried I'm getting in my head a little bit too much about it. Sometimes you can practice too much.
Don't think about it too much, bro. You're gonna do phenomenal.
Yeah.
One might say you're getting loopy about it.
Jesus Christ.
You just got to strike fear into the competition.
There's gonna be a lot of Luke puns tomorrow. Sorry.
No, that was all about it. The thing is that Ricky Bobbie is so good at it.
Yeah, no, he's gnarly.
I think it's really just we're
good
supporting him. I don't know. The thing is, Joey's really good at it. Jacob's really good at it too. We were going to have Victoria Lee come and do it with us, but
She's really good.
Is she not?
Is ill. So
Brutal.
yeah.
I'm trying to think
Yeah,
of
I've
who
seen
else
her
locally
videos.
I know that's really
Seen
good.
her videos.
with the
She's great.
looper.
Yeah,
That
she's
I thought
really
was
good.
going to be there. I'm blanking on it though.
There's a violin chick that plays at Twisted. I think she loops too. I heard
Carl
she's
would
really
be dope
good.
at that. The violin player that played with
Oh,
us.
you know
at-
Carl?
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
Carl?
dude.
Carl's a
He
homie, man.
jammed-
He was in Killbillies for a bit.
He jammed
Was
with
he?
us.
I think you
at-
mentioned that
Oh
once.
shit! I saw Carl today.
Yeah, he's a good lad.
Really?
Yeah.
And I've done some of. He does work in rehabs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And,
Yep.
and I've done a bunch of that with him.
Wow.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
That's
he's a good
Good
friend
dude.
of mine.
He's
Yeah.
good.
We've had a lot of people sit in with us randomly. I like Flint at Terra Firmata. I always try to get people to come up, like especially if it's like a wind instrument or like a violin.
Something
That
different.
dude and the effects he puts on that thing, bro.
Yeah, he ripped.
I get hyped. You know, when you hear a new instrument, you bring someone on, it's a new sound. You don't hear this song like that. I was just like, and you know me, I was like, no, I'll keep playing.
He
songs
turns the
with us.
band into like a different thing. It's
Yeah.
like
So good, man.
It's like it's sometimes I feel like with Carl, and you know, and I love the guys to death. I play with them all the time, but it's like if you're playing with Carl, you're essentially supporting Carl. You know? he's insane, but he takes the whole thing because he sounds so
talented, man.
awesome. You know,
Yeah.
he sounded so arresting
Right.
that you know the rest of the band just starts to just kind of support what
you
he's
sound
doing,
like you're a
know?
backing track for the dude.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
I totally got that feeling, and I was so happy to be the backtrack. for
Yeah,
it. I
well,
was
that's
like,
it. I mean, I don't mean it in a bad way at all. Yeah, yeah.
It was one of the hardest stank faces I've had
Yeah.
with a person coming in and jamming with us.
Have you
I was
heard
like,
him do his national anthem?
No, I have
That's
not.
wild. That's wild. It's better than Jimi Hendrix.
I'm sure he's got it on YouTube somewhere, right? Or Facebook. He's got it somewhere, right?
Yeah, it'll be around there somewhere. Yeah, it's sick, man. He was on here actually about a month ago.
I know.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's great.
I keep level 11 out of 10.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. So Bobby you've been listening to the episodes.
I like to do my homework. Honestly, I kind of like to. Obviously, I want the conversations to be organic, and I didn't write any answers down for anything I was going to say. But I like to kind of say ahead of game. I want to listen to your guys. I want to listen to your guys' music, get a feel for your guys' vibe. I wanted to actually listen to the first one on Spotify, and then I realized it was a YouTube. So then I watched. I'd say about 80% of them. The only one I didn't watch is Sierra Lane because it's all at the bottom. I started from the top. I've been working my way down. Reggae Lou, I saw.
Yeah, if you get a chance to listen to Sierra Lane's one, you should because she is so smart.
Yeah,
for her age,
sure.
She just really knows what she's doing.
We know her, and that's another
Yeah, she did an
musician
album
who
release
has
party.
stepped in with us and played. We play Redbone by Childish Gambino, and she'll come. We used to play Johnny Brown's and sing.
And that's not even her key either.
It's not even her key. She's like, that's like 2 steps higher than I normally play, but she's also
yeah.
extreme. We just played a festival with her.
The New Moon Fest at Terra
Festival.
Firmata.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we did
great.
that with her.
Yeah, we headlined that.
She did
and
our
she-
album release party with us too.
Yes.
She's going to do the 561 music
Festival.
Nice.
Sick.
Nice.
What a talent, man.
Yeah.
And her friend Allegra is absolutely
Yeah.
scary as well, man. She's insane.
I just think it's a really interesting time for music down here. You know, it goes through different phases. You know, when I first moved here, the phase was the like swamp punk kind of everyman kind of phase. You know, propaganda kind of like folk punk bands. You know,
Right.
Howling Winds and people like that.
Right.
And Loxahatchee Sinners Union and all those kind of bands. That's what I came into. I thought that was like what it's like all the time down here because that's what I first walked into. But it was really just a kind of like a scene just happened. You know what I
Right.
mean? And it's pretty much gone now, you know. But it was cool though. I loved all that stuff. And Killbillies used to do a lot of those gigs at Propaganda with all those kind of folk punk, kind of gypsy punk, swamp punk type bands.
Right on.
Yeah, yeah.
So many punks.
I
Mad
know.
punks.
A lot of different types of punk. Can you name more? It's like
That's like a gazillion
Forrest
different
Gump when
types
he's
of-
scrubbing the floor. Shrimp gumbo. Shrimp scampi. Shrimp kebab. And that's about all the punks I know.
Well, I feel like from the 90s on, that's kind of what happened to punk. Is it like it's just there's just been like different types of it.
Subgenres of every genre.
It's like
to be
metal.
honest.
Yeah, yeah,
You got all types of metal.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I remember when Gogol Bordello came out. I remember our manager at the time gave us that CD. Yeah, and that just caused a big ass wave of bands. You know, those
Right.
guys just changed the scene. Yeah, cool. So, what have you got coming up? Are you doing any recording? You've got this tour, haven't you, that you're going to go on? Anything that you want to talk about you got coming up?
When is that tour?
March. I think it's like March
17th to the 28th.
Yeah.
The official announcement of our tour.
Yeah, that's the first time we're actually announcing
561 Music.
Oh, cool.
There you go.
So you're
Music
leaving on
exclusive.
tour on St. Patrick's Day. That's
it.
pretty
I
cool.
think the day after. I think it's the 18th.
Okay.
Technically, our first show is the 18th. I think.
Are you playing on St. Patrick's Day?
I don't think so. I think St. Patrick's Day is a Thursday.
It is, yeah.
Right? Yeah. I think so. Unless you want to do a duo.
Yeah, but we have a lot in the works. We have the tour. We got,
probably take
like I
the
said,
day off
shows
to
every
do
weekend.
whatever
If you
I do.
follow us on Facebook and Instagram and all the social medias, you'll see everywhere we play for that week. We're working on new music.
Yeah, we got a couple songs that we're working on. Like
We
that
have,
one
we have
studio
two new
song.
songs. Yeah, 2 new songs down, and then we have one being worked on in the studio, and like probably like 3 or 4.
So another album in like what?
Like next year or something like that.
Yeah.
Neat, man. I just think your whole vibe is great, and it's
Thanks,
just so
man.
nice to have you on, and you're all such lovely guys. I think it's probably about time you played us some music. So
Yeah,
for sure.
Hell yeah.
Sweet.
Let's
Let's do it.
This one's called The Funk.
It's crazy, I've been thinking about you lately. On the day that you've been running through my mind, and I'm running out of time. So baby, let me slide by your side so we can ride into the late night. Take flight, tell me that it ain't right. What you gotta let me see. You gotta give it up, you gotta set it free. Let me see what to do about you. Every step I take is one so closer to you. I'm singing all night long. I've been running to you. I've been coming to you, baby, just let me in. All night long I've been running to you. I've been coming to you, baby, just now I got you in my grip, and I never let you go. Now, baby, we can take a trip. Baby, we can take it slow. Now I know I'll take my time on, no, cause you know I got control now. Baby, all I'm trying to do is see what you got that I don't know. Singing like all night long I've been running to you. I've been coming to you, baby, just let me in. All night long I've been running to you. I've been coming to you, baby, just she got me feeling affected, I'm obsessing. Every minute, every second is a lesson on affection, less love and misdirection. I'm a fool, baby, for what you expect if you don't pay attention to the people that you caress. Cause sometimes the mood is right and you think you have control. So remember this tonight. Once you got the funk, you can't let it go. All night long I've been running to you. I've been coming to you, baby, just let me in. All night long I've been running to you. I've been coming to you, baby, just let me in. All night long I've been running to you. I've been coming to you, baby, just let me in.
This one's called Miss Atlantic.
Get serious, bro. Come on.
breaks away, she never gets to rest. Woman, all your beauty lies in your reflection. Add me to your collection. I said, baby, how are you? I said, lady, how do you do? Oh, tell me how you doing now. She got her grip, now she won't let me go. Now spending time with David Jones and my down below. Well, I come too close, she got her grip, she won't let me go. Now spending time with David Jones and my down below. I said, baby, how are you? I said, lady, how do you do? Oh, how do you do? I said, please, I'm begging, baby, just let me go. Yeah, I gotta breathe, baby. Ooh, I gotta breathe, just let me go. Watch me go now.
This episode is brought to you by Handlebars Bar and Grill. It's a family-run bike bar in Tequesta, Florida, which is right just on the top. If you're driving through Jupiter on US 1, if you're heading north on US 1, you get through Jupiter and then you go into Tequesta, which is a small town, and it's just sitting right there on the right-hand side of the road. It's a cool place. My father-in-law reopened it. It used to be called Judy's, and he's made it family-friendly, and the food is good in there. The beer's great. It's a lovely place to go and chill out. We have music there. We do a bike night every second Thursday of the month, and the one coming up on the 13th is the Moonshiners, which will be fun.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's the fellas from Spread the Dub. So if you're in Jupiter, Tequesta area, and you're a Spread the Dub fan, come and watch them play Outlaw Country as the Moonshiners up at Handlebars on the second Thursday of January. So it's next week.
Is it all the guys from Spread the Dub, or is it just a handful of them,
depends.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it
Gotcha.
can be. And I think also Mike McCleary plays with them sometimes.
Okay. Nice, man.
Yeah. So that's going to be fun. And we also do a jam on the fourth Sunday of every month. And that's just me. I just go up there, settle my instruments up and hang out. And anyone who wants to come and jam can come and jam. We've had a bunch of people coming, actually. We had some people that I used to teach over at School of Rock come over. That was really fun. And Jerry, Jerry Axelrod came over last week, and the guys from the Moon Men.
Yeah, they've been there a few times now.
Yeah, so it's been really fun. I didn't know what it was going to be like. I thought maybe I'd be sitting there on my own, but no, it's been cool. Loads of people have been coming and hanging out and playing. So,
nice.
Yeah, you guys should come and check out Handlebars Bar and Grill. All right, what have we got?
Our other sponsor today is Harmony Management Group, and that's our good friend Mary over there. She basically, if you're if you're overwhelmed and you've got a home office or a business, Mary can come in and help with anything from little stuff like filing and things like that to even just a few hours a week for basic help, or she can come in and do full service business offer stuff. She can do bookkeeping and payroll and tax service and data entry, scheduling, invoicing, and all sorts of stuff like that. And she's done a bunch of stuff for us for Killbillies, so she's definitely good people and knows what she's doing and does a lot of stuff for the music industry as well, for different musicians.
Yeah.
And things. So yeah,
She's been helping us with the back end of sorting out our 561 Music Festival just today.
Yeah, actually, just today, she as soon as we made an announcement that we're sorting out some stuff, she immediately reached out and said, "I can help." And we will probably take her up on that.
Yeah, exactly.
So definitely reach out to her. She's got a really good understanding of the music business, the art business. She can have specific plans, tailor plans for your business. Don't stress out. If you got a business that you need some help with or whatever, just hit Mary up and she can definitely take care of that for you. And you can reach her at 561-420-5652. Tell her Ben and Hector sent you, and let her put a little zen back in your life.
Absolutely, without breaking accountant-client privilege. I don't think that's necessarily a thing, but I'm just going with it. There's a couple of our musician friends have recently started using our services, and they've been very happy. So, if you're out there and you need someone to tidy your books up, or really, honestly, anything office-related, you should get in touch with her.
Yeah, for sure.
Those songs were great, guys. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Can you tell us a little bit about them? Is there like lyrical content and such?
The first one's it's really
They're staring at you intently.
No, because it's
the first
an
one's a
inside
secret
joke.
actually.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
like
wow.
a pacted secret.
I love that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
called the funk.
It's called the funk.
And if you go back and listen to it, if you really tone in on the verses, I think you'll kind of get what it's about.
Yeah.
But we don't tell anybody.
Adrenochrome, right?
Hey, maybe.
It's up to interpretation, but there's a meaning to it. And when Sean brought the song to us, I just love the idea of writing a song about this topic. And it's kind of killing me that I can't tell you guys, because now I feel like it's going to be more intriguing. But
It's super intriguing.
really give
That's
it
a
a
really good
give it.
idea.
We're in contact. So I mean, if you listen to it and if you want to reach out to the
you
page
guess
and
it,
be
we'll
like, hey,
tell
I
you.
think it's about this. If you get it right, can we tell
Yeah.
them? If you get it right, we'll tell you what it's about. But
That's
Okay,
amazing.
and then we've got to take it to our graves.
Then you take it to your grave.
oh yeah, we'll have to.
Yeah.
I don't want to say
Sign a
it. I'm okay with
non-disclosure
person.
at
I
that
don't want to say I'm gonna
point.
kill anybody. But if you tell anybody,
Okay.
And then the second song is called Miss Atlantic, and that's inspired by one of my friends he passed away at 22, and on a card at his funeral, he actually wrote a poem called Miss Atlantic. And that was about surfing. We all grew up surfing.
Sure.
So the song Miss Atlantic is actually about drowning.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's really about the ocean, and
Yeah.
and our love for the ocean.
Sure.
But, yeah, that's where that was inspired from.
That's
and you
cool.
could hear it in the lyrics if you pay attention to that,
Yeah.
to the lyrics.
Yeah.
Then
I feel like some of the, the more kind of sensitive and aware people that I've met down here definitely have a relationship with the ocean, because it's something, it's one of the things about Florida that is just so unique and wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, it's
That's
a
what
huge
makes
part
it.
of our life.
Yeah, exactly.
Fishing, surfing, just
I'm
the
a
beach in
peninsula
general.
boy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, that's cool.
Peninsula boy.
No.
What'd you
No.
say? I'm a peninsula boy.
No.
Peninsula boy. Why do we do that to? Because Max hates it. Yes, I'm
I'm gonna cut that little bit out and put it on
Please.
TikTok.
I'm a
and say,
peninsula. Keep editing it then. I'm a peninsula boy. I'm a peninsula boy. Yes, we some peninsula boys.
This is gonna
Kill
go
white boy. Staring at the sun.
All right,
Okay,
that's enough of that.
Yeah, that is enough of that, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's enough when it started.
Sorry, man.
It's okay. I'm just gonna have to beat you to death.
I would too. I feel like beating myself up right now. To be honest, I started it.
So,
Yeah,
we
they
got
still do
we
it.
got you to take a picture of your pedal board, didn't we? Should we take a look at that?
Sure.
Voila.
Let's take a look at this bad boy. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
It's a pretty simple setup, to be honest with you. Far right standard tuner pedal.
Yeah.
The Vox Clyde McCoy wah.
So, do you have, in terms of Vox, do you have it because you ended up with it, or because you prefer it to a quiet
I
baby?
prefer it. to be
Okay,
honest.
yeah, me too.
I've gone through probably like 5 crybabies
Right.
over the years where like they just break on me. Whether
Yeah.
it's because I stomp on them too hard or whatever it is.
Sure.
That one's lasted forever. It's also technically like Vox is like the first wah pedal.
Yeah.
So they have like, I don't know, to me like that classic like Hendrix tone. You know what I mean? That he would use.
I just like the fact that it's not quite as wide.
Right.
You
It's
know, it's
got like a
sweeter.
tight. Yeah. It's got like a tight. It's very funky. You know.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
totally.
yeah. The Morley's super old. I've had that probably for like 10 years. So that's just like regular volume pedal.
Okay.
With then a compressor by Boss.
What do you use the compressor for?
Kind of like boost like clean tones for like solos and stuff. Like when I solo in like clean tones.
Yeah,
I
Or,
was waiting
like
for him to say to compress.
to compress. No, I don't know. Like solos that are like more on the cleaner side. I'll use that to kind of boost. Boost it up. Tube Screamer, which is quintessential.
Absolutely, I've got one on my board.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've had someone in here who hasn't had a
Yeah,
tube
no,
screamer.
like it is. It's
Yeah.
the industry standard, you know.
Yeah, it's like the SM58 of pedals.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. What the other ones?
Yeah, what's that little brown guy?
That's the Anderson or Andertone, I think it's called.
Turd.
Yeah, it's the what is it called? It's the whiskey. It's the whiskey something. I forget
Okay.
what it's called. I bought it once. It's a distortion pedal.
Oh,
I
cool.
honestly I don't use it often. I keep it there just in case.
It's when you
goes
need
wrong.
to go to 11.
Yeah, pretty much.
Gotcha.
That I have the Viscous Vibe by TC Helicon.
Right.
That's kind of like their.
Oh, that's by TC Helicon?
Yeah, that's their Univibe pedal. So
Oh,
it's
right.
cool, very like Dave Gilmore-y, like Hendrixy, very like
cool.
wet. Yeah, it's cool. It's got like one of those things where like, you can like download an app on your phone too. And do,
Really?
Like, yeah, you like download the app and it sends like literally sounds like a dial-up tone.
It looks
You put the
analog. It
put the
doesn't-
tone onto your pickup and it reads into the pickups into the pedal and then like downloads a preset straight to it.
What?
It looks
Yeah,
it looks
that's
so
definitely
not
the fanciest
tech.
pedal I have.
Yeah, it,
No,
looks, it
it's-
looks so basic. It's
it-
hard to
it-
believe it's got like an app and everything.
It's got 3 switch tones from where you can do a tremolo.
It does
to,
that like sort of spectrum, like.
Yeah, I mean, it's super annoying. I could show you, but it's
That's cool.
it
as
literally
well.
sounds like a dial-up tone that you put up to your pickup.
Oh my
I
God.
don't use it often.
My nerd
for,
radar's going crazy right now.
Yeah,
can't handle it.
TC Helicon does some really cool shit, and most of the
Yeah.
pedals do that now. So
Yeah. I've got the one for the voice, with the harmonizer.
Right.
How is that? I've been thinking about getting that.
It's pretty good, but it's not particularly hard wearing. Now, you got to understand that I wear my gear real hard,
Yeah.
so maybe it is. I'm not sure, but
I beat-
it's worn
I beat
out a
my
little
shit
bit,
to death.
honestly.
Yeah.
You don't want me harmonizing with you anymore?
I do.
You want a harmony pedal?
I do.
Perfect
5 of you.
harmonies. I
You
get
know,
it.
every
okay.
now and again, I'll bring that thing out with the band, like different iterations of Kill Blizzard. Brought it out, and every time after like about half an hour, they're like, "Shut that thing off."
The harmonies are so good. Sometimes you need to go flat a little bit when you do your harmonies. You
Well,
know?
it does
It's
definitely
too
doesn't sound
robotic.
real, and if other people are trying to sing along with it, it sounds
It
really
sounds
bad.
really awkward.
Yeah. What's the little green guy at the end?
it's the carbon copy
Oh, it's a delay.
delay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's a very simple delay. It's nothing super fancy, which is kind of what I like about it.
Yeah. I just got a DD7, which can do a couple of fancy things, but it's not that fancy.
I almost bought that was gonna be the second choice. I ended up liking that one. It was a little less complicated. I felt like,
Yeah. Yeah,
three
totally.
three knobs. You
Yeah.
can't go wrong.
I hear you. I would almost rather have like a bunch of simple delays than one that can do loads of stuff.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I
Just
got a
one
little
button.
more control and just one button. You could set it up how you want. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
But
All right. So what we do at the end is we just talk about what everyone's gigs are coming up. What have you got on the cards for this weekend?
We got Taco Tiki and Chops and Hops.
Taco Tiki,
Cool.
Chops and Hops this
Taco
week.
Tiki
before.
Friday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Friday and then
What's
Chops and
that,
Hops
8 to
Saturday.
11?
I think
7
so.
to 10.
7 to 10 or 8 to 11.
7 to 10.
something
Good,
like
Love
that.
that
crowd
place.
there.
Yeah, it's a
We had
fun
real
spot to
good
play.
crowd
Yeah.
there.
It's cool, man. I like playing there. It's like it just goes off sometimes. You know?
Yeah.
Like, and do you get that awesome dude who like breakdances?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
There's a
He
story,
gets-
there's
he
a
gets
story
fucking
there.
pumped,
somewhere.
yeah.
So one time we were playing there, and there was the guy who always breakdances, and then there was this other guy who was just doing the weirdest dancing.
That guy.
That's
That's the
that-
guy
yeah.
with the cloud pants, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking A, that guy's amazing.
Another cool thing about that spot is I have this thing, and the guys know this, that every time we come to a new spot, I always kind of have this like I'm prejudging. I'm wondering, is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad?
Sure.
I'm always like that in my head. Is this going to be? And when I got there, and much to my, it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. I was like, oh, it's going to be just a bar gig, restaurant. And then the first time we played there was one of the like the first couple weeks that Nick started playing with us, and he had this keytar.
Right.
And it's actually Ricky Bobby's. He took it back, unfortunately.
Damn you,
And
Ricky Bobby.
That show, that
Of course
show,
he has a keytar.
that show turned out to be so dope. The guitar player from Perpetual Groove
Yeah.
was there, and it just turned out to be just a party. Nick's jumping in the middle of the crowd with his keytar and just going off. And I really top 10 places to play for sure.
Yeah, man.
That's a
Yeah.
fun spot.
Yeah, it's killer. So, all right,
You only play 10 places then?
Yes, exactly. Second one for Hector over there.
I say that because I wasn't a stand-up bass player when I started playing with Killbillies, and I was just playing regular bass and whatever. And I went out and bought a stand-up bass, and the guy I bought it from actually said to me, I played a couple notes, and he's like, "Dude, you're natural." He's like, "You are definitely one of the top 10 stand-up bass players in South Florida." And I was like, my first initial reaction was like, "Damn, that's awesome." And then he starts laughing. He's like, "There's only like 7 of them."
I only know 2 now.
Yeah,
Dylan,
Yeah,
one of
yeah.
them.
Dylan, I only knew Dylan.
So I'm
now.
definitely top 2 then.
Oh,
Definitely.
You're definitely second because I haven't heard of it.
you got.
At least top 3.
Don't forget Steve Satch. He's brutal. You know that guy.
He's ridiculous.
He plays with Slip. Slip Mahoney, Slip in the Spinouts.
I've heard of them.
Yeah,
I haven't seen them, but I've heard of them.
If you want to hear someone really slap on that
Slapping
thing,
and stuff,
he's
yeah.
brutal. He's
Oh,
a
really?
proper
Yeah.
rockabilly player.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He might be the only.
Psych- something you see, like,
Psychobilly.
Yeah,
is what
yeah.
he does, yeah.
Yeah, he's sick.
Yeah.
He's really, really good. But yeah, we got coming up. It's going to be after it happens now, but we're doing the 561 music and Roots music loop. There it is.
Hey,
Yeah.
Challenge.
Yeah, we're doing that tomorrow from 9 to 11. That's going to be fun. And then on Friday, we're playing at a place called Lightseas. Have you ever played at Lightseas in Okeechobee?
No, I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, it's right out in Okeechobee. We don't often play in Okeechobee. We have done once or twice before, but I'm really hoping this place works out. They've been trying to get us in there for a while now. So
Nice.
Hook us up, bro.
think it'll be fun. And then we got totally. Yeah. We'll hook you up. And then Saturday, James and I are playing at Square Grouper.
Yep.
Nice.
And from 3 to 6, if anyone wants to, a little bit of afternoon Killbillies action. And then
duo action.
And then
Jupiter
on
or Fort
Sunday,
Pierce?
I'm playing on my own at Twisted Tuna in Stuart.
Nice. It's a fun spot.
Yeah.
Bobbie loves that
Oh
spot.
my goodness, please. I get seasick so fast. First time we played there, luckily my drums were in the back the whole time playing, and I'm trying to do my harmonies. I'm trying to play, and I'm just
I've
like,
never played there. It's on a boat.
it's on a bar.
It's on a barge.
Oh, I didn't even know
Dude.
that.
Yeah, it's like a floating barge that you like sit and play on.
People told me about it a bunch. I've never been there, though.
It's not as bad as
No,
I
it's-
like
it's-
it. I think it's sick.
For
Yeah,
me, I
okay.
can't sit on a. I can't
Does it rock-
sit on
does
a
it rock a
standing
lot?
boat
A little
without
bit,
wanting to throw up.
I've got a good story about that. So one time, one time Killbillies, we did we played on a cruise ship, but I used the word cruise ship like loosely. It was like a big ferry. basically. We were going from Miami to the Bahamas, and the thing was just like this because it was all a very big boat, and we were all playing there, and we have to play drums with our feet, right? So I was only standing on one foot, trying to stand on a boat that was just rocking like 45-degree angles. And at the time as well, we were no strangers to drinking either. We were all wasted. Just, like trying to stand on one foot in this rocking boat. Oh my god, it's the weirdest gig ever.
You'll enjoy it though. It's a fun
cool spot.
Yeah, that's cool. And I'm going to be freshly primed from the old looping thing, so we're ready.
Good to go.
Dope.
Well, thanks so much for coming on.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for having us.
If you haven't heard Tasty Vibrations, well, I guess you have now. You've heard the podcast. You've heard them play acoustic. But if you want to hear them plugged in, they're playing all the time, all around town. So get out and see them. And thank you so much for coming, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it. It was a lot of fun.
Cheers.
See ya.
Sweet.
It's what we're